We'll start with Anand. So, good evening, Anand. This evening's event is the second in Imperial College Business School's Global Business Vision series. Why has Shanghai been chosen as the location for tonight's discussion about trade?
Well, actually, China is obviously one of the most important economic giants in the world. But I should say that long before China became so powerful, Imperial College has had a big presence in China through the fact that, it's a great university in science and technology and has taught a lot of people who eventually become, fairly successful in China. And many of them actually live in Shanghai. So we chose Shanghai because we really wanted to reach out to our alumni in China and especially in Shanghai. Of course, they are all working as business people in various segments of the economy, and obviously trade and business goes hand in hand in China because of China's export orientation. So we are very happy to be in Shanghai.
Thank you. And Edge, a slowdown in China's growth is predicted in 2014. Will this be an issue for countries currently investing in China?
Actually, you have to be careful how you answer a question like that, because if you look at it probably from an overall performance, yeah, perhaps China's slow down. But if you look at specific industries, we're actually seeing a number of very large entities, both in the technology space, in the pharmaceutical space, in the, I guess you could even say the new technologies actually coming into China and seeing some quite incredible growth. And you say, well, why is that? It's because China is very much changing, I think, as we just discussed, is very much changing from a, let's say, export-driven economy to a more domestic services economy.
Dean Anand, the Financial Times recently published your letter pointing out the opportunities for the UK to partner more closely with Chinese organisations. Can you explain how Imperial College Business School is embracing these opportunities?
Yes, I would say that all of Imperial College is embracing these opportunities. Just about a month ago, we signed a partnership agreement with Huawei, where they are funding an institute on data science and engineering at Imperial College. So that's really big. In addition to that, part of the reason I'm in Shanghai is because we are talking to universities in Shanghai, in China really, about doing joint programs at the executive level as well as at the postgraduate level on a variety of things, and particularly in this area of innovation and entrepreneurship. So, the Chinese universities are actually expanding their reach, and, they want to play a much bigger role in Europe. They used to do a lot more in the US in the recent past. So there's a commonality of interest between the universities in China, some of the high-tech, companies in China, to really partner with educational establishments in the UK, and particularly with Imperial College because of its brand.
Edge, is trade with China a two-way street? Will other countries be able to export more to China as well as importing from China?
I think one of the great things that you're going to see in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years, especially in trade, is that as the domestic Chinese market is starting to grow and grow substantially, you're going to find more products and services that the Chinese consumer will want. And what do they want? Well, we've seen very much in our global as well as, let's say, Chinese surveys, is that the Chinese are just like every other consumer around the world. They want different products and services, and they want to get it from different parts of the world. I think it actually, in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see some significant growth of multinationals coming more and more into China to serve that domestic Chinese consumer who wants products from around the world. And we're starting to see that in leaps and bounds, especially in the technology front, as you will see with the iPad and Apple technology, as we're seeing very much with the broader technology space, but also, I guess, in the luxury products. China's now the world's biggest luxury market, and all being done via the Chinese consumer who wants and demands global products.
Dean Anand, what can you say about research and teaching at Imperial College Business School that deals with China?
So for, I would say, more than a decade, the business school at Imperial College has been doing some amazing research in a variety of topics. But in particularly, I would say one of the most exciting things about China, as Ed just said, in his remarks, is the rise of new entrepreneurs that are looking at the domestic market. And it turns out that a lot of these entrepreneurs are very different from those entrepreneurs in the West. So one is that these are entrepreneurs who have relocated in China from other parts of the world and who are creating entrepreneurial activities. The other thing is that many of these entrepreneurs also come from families. So you usually assume that family-owned businesses are not that entrepreneurial, but it turns out that in China that's not true, that they are very innovative,